Hi. Now, as the results of American presidential elections are coming, it is becoming more and more obvious that Donald Trump is not just winning, but might be winning big. And I don't say that this was something unpredictable or unprecedented because given the works of Mr. Joe Biden and whatever he has done throughout the world, the worst US president you can say, at least I remember, is Donald Trump, who has messed up the whole world from Europe to Middle East, everywhere there are crises, there are sanctions against the countries, there is no talk of peace. Yes, there are talks of peace, but no work on peace. Everywhere this old man was just doing one thing, funding wars, funding wars, funding wars, and nothing else. And he was a neocon of a top manner. And this is a big neoconish defeat, you can say. And as far as Kamala Harris is concerned, she's actually she is, I'll say, that she is bearing the fruits of Mr. Joe Biden because in last 4 years she was not allowed to perform at all. She was made an underdog, and since she was a vice president, definitely whatever the president has done, it was going to reflect on her, and it did reflected in the elections results which are coming out, and. Now, the most obvious things which anybody should observe. I'm not talking geopolitically right now, just not geopolitically. Geopolitically, many things will happen. We will have to see whether he will be able to shut the war there in Middle East and Europe. He has always talked about defunding or stopping of the fundings of Ukrainians. Will he be able to do it? Will he be able to sideline the tantrums of Netanyahu government? These all things must be observed geopolitically because he will be getting a lot of pressure, particularly when it comes to uh, Ukraine, because how can we forget the words of people like Lindsey Graham, who are from his camp only, who were talking about uh, killing of Mr. Putin, or talking about the best use of American money, which was to kill Russians. So he is also surrounded by such people, such neocons, damn neocons. But one thing must be observed now: what will happen of the deep state? Because deep state might be worried, and they might be worried very badly. Because this person, Donald Trump, is not a part of deep state, which Joe Biden was. So, and that Vision 2025, they were talking about changing those government employees who were not ideologically aligned with Mr. Donald Trump. Now, if he does that, and the numbers are about something around 50,000 government employees, so if he is doing that, will there will be a strike back from the deep state. Will he be implement his able to implement his policies? What about people like Mike Pompeo? Because one should not forget that he has praised Mike Pompeo just a couple of days back, and this was the same guy who actually backstepped the talks which he was doing. Donald Trump was doing historical talks which he was doing with North Korea. So there are things, if he bring people like Mike Pompeo in his camp back again, then you can say that this will be the same repetition of things of past, that is Donald Trump 1.0 will be repeated in the new term as well. And though he is more experienced right now, one should not forget that he is also 78 right now. So he is more elderly than Joe Biden when he was elected. So these all things are there in United States of America. Everything is not hunky dory, but it's good that Joe Biden, the warmonger, he has tested defeat, and his party has also tested defeat.